Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Oklahoma City. Good morning, all of you out there. I want you to do this is Calvin Luper. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. And yes, indeed, we are going to be live from three different locations this morning. Of course, we're here at the studio, but we anticipate calls coming in from the Bricktown Central Plaza there at Reno and Martin Luther King, where the final preparations are being made for the 2001 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Sail on, black women, as you celebrate and strengthen your heritage. That is the theme of the pageant. That is the theme that the young people that have come from across this state, around this state, have been studying and have been motivating themselves and having been motivated by the many speakers that have come through there to inspire and, as I said, to motivate our young people. We're going to go into details about the activities that have happened in this past week. We'd like to thank those of you out there who had stopped by the hotel and let us know that you were looking at us, that you were looking forward to the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, which is tonight. Tonight at 7:30 p.m. But of course, I want you all to do me that very, very special favor. I want you not only to sit back and relax, but I want you to be a part of today's show. The phone number out here is 670-1220. We want you to call in and comment about the contestants that you know, or if you know someone in the Page program, or even the Escort program, which is really going to be a dynamic program that we're really looking forward to seeing the pageant tonight, the true pageantry of our beautiful black Oklahoma people. And I tell you, we got some talented young people out there. This has been an inspiring week. I wish that there was a way that I could tell you or paint with words how inspiring it has been to be around young people from the ages of 2 years old to 25 years of age, and then also the staff and the speakers and their families that have been there. And that age goes all the way up to at least 84 years of age. Crippled, sick, but dedicated, and you know what? They're doing their best to help their young people. There are 17, I believe the count on it, 17 dynamic young ladies from every part of Oklahoma, from eastern Oklahoma, from southern Oklahoma, from the Panhandle area, from northern Oklahoma, but they have converged here in Oklahoma City at the Central Plaza Inn. Well, right now, as we would like to say, they got it going on down there because we're in the gridiron breakfast. I went by and had breakfast this morning, and I tell you, that's a very, very, very delicious breakfast. The room is just filled with anticipation and happiness. Happy, one, that the week is over. You know, last Saturday we all met at the Central Plaza and kind of got to know each other, kind of got ourselves oriented as to what we were going to do this week. And it's been an exciting week, but now they're in a gridiron breakfast, as we call it. This is a breakfast where the contestants and the pages, the escorts, and yes, even the staff get an opportunity to bring out the highlights in different people's personalities that they have met during the course of the week. That is, the pages will imitate anybody they want to, the contestants, escorts, or the staff. The contestants will imitate anybody they want to, the pages, the escorts, or the staff. The escorts will have that same opportunity. And you know, when you've been around some people some that you know and some that you don't know, and especially during the work, and and we've had to work together, so we've had some tense moments, we've had some hollering moments, the kids have had some renegotiating what they'd learned moments. The staff, we've had to reorientate ourselves as to the true purpose of what's going on down there. But we all have come together, and this morning is an opportunity to sort of release that tension and to kind of get back some little nice jabs at the people that have been a part of your activities this week. Last couple of years I've missed that, but then they do a great imitation of Calvin Luper, the photographer. They do a great imitation of Clara Luper, the promoter. They do an outstanding imitation of the different pages. They do fantastic imitations of the contestants, but it's all done in true love. And if you have the time, I know that the breakfast is still going on. That part of the breakfast is still going on. These young people, if you could just go down there and be a part of it, at the candlelight room and just see the love and the respect that we've all grown and developed for each other during the course of this week. Now, at 1:30 today, we will be having our homecoming luncheon, and yes, she is here. Miss Black Oklahoma 2000, beautiful, attractive, multilingual, intelligent young lady, Star Williams, is in town. She's down at the breakfast. You know, past contestants and past participants in the pageant look forward to this Saturday because it is an opportunity to look back at what happened to you during the time that you're in the pageantry, what happened to these, the guys and the young ladies that are part of this week's activity. And it's really a fun and a laughable experience. But then when the breakfast is over, the final rehearsals start, and I just want to thank the parents of these young people. I keep bringing that up because these guys, they're fantastic. They have a strong religious base. They bonded together not only on the basis of religion, but on the basis of mutual talent, where, you know, when talented people get together, it's sort of like you can just feel the revolution. Here, some of these young people, they may have been one or two other people in their community that they felt they could associate with it intellectually, socially, and things like that, and they did not want to go around with the gang or be a part of just a mass hysteria type thing. But these are young people that have been longing and dying for relationships and friendships with people that have their dreams and the same type motivations that they have. And about 100 of us are down at the hotel now. We've gotten together, and I'm looking forward to tonight's show that starts at 7:30 p.m. A special thanks goes out to the County Carabiners Daycare Center, not only because of the daycare center, but because of Mrs. Gloria Matthews, Mr. Paul Matthews, Miss Christie, who are part of the staff there at County Carabiners Daycare Center that is located in two locations. One there, 2611 North Martin Luther King, the other on Northeast 50th in the 1500 block. Now, if you want some great daycare service for your children, County Carabiners Daycare Center is the place. Let me give you a phone number to call. It's 424-4656. Well, I forgot to tell you early on in the show, make sure you get your pencil and your paper handy because we will be giving away some tickets to the pageant. Not some, probably a couple of tickets to the pageant. And we want you to answer the question correctly and keep getting notes. So sit back and relax while we send out this very special song to all of you out there, and especially the participants in the pageant. So we not only just want to say thank you from this end of the microphone, we want to say it in music. So thank you, Oklahoma City. Thank you, Oklahoma. Most of all, thank you, parents of these fantastic contestants, of these dynamic pages, and these handsome and intellectually strong escorts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to thank you, Oklahoma City. I want to thank you, Oklahoma. Most especially, I want to thank you, dear Mom, for coming up, for going and meeting Mr. Anderson, for accepting the franchise for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. But I want to thank you, Mom, for sticking with it. This is the 32nd pageant, the 32nd Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, where there have been winners that have gone on to achievements. My God, that you will. It's hard to believe that these young people have developed and have worked their way up. But when they leave the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, be they an escort, be they a page, but most especially when the contest is over, when the winner has been announced, these young ladies have bonded, have kept the friendships that they've made during the pageant, have bonded together, have formed businesses together, have worked together, but then independently they've made some tremendous strides and some tremendous achievements in their very own personal lives. You'll note that I'm holding back on telling you what happened Saturday, bragging on the great reception that we got at the church Sunday at True Vine and the outstanding meals that we've had, each and every meal at the hotel, talking about the activities on Monday at Leola Ford's breakfast and a dynamic speech by a young man that was really surprising. But if I don't get my call, I'll come back and tell you all the details about that. On the Tuesday, how we had different colors for each day of the week, special meetings, how Mr. Forrest Lee, who's the president of the Capitol Chamber of Commerce and Businessmen, spoke at that Calvin Luper dinner, and the reception that he got from the young people, because he's from Bowling. And coincidentally, there's a young lady that's representing the city of Bowling. Beautiful, talented young lady. Poised. Oh, man. But I'm not going to just brag on one of the contestants. Not just yet. I promise you I will, though. Because, of course, after being around them a week, you get an opportunity to see them not only under stressful conditions, but under somewhat restful conditions. Can't say we got much rest this week because each hour, each day, there was something that had to be accomplished. We did have a scheduled bedtime. We did have a definite wake-up time that you did make. And these activities will all be told to you by, I hope, some of the participants, but most especially by their dynamic host, the young lady who's over the radio show, who is the pageant director and coordinator. And I want to welcome the judges for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant because I know they're here. They had the judges' dinner last night, and all the preparations are being made for Miss Black Oklahoma 2001, 7:30 p.m., live at the Bricktown Center, Reno and Martin Luther King here in Oklahoma City. So sit back, relax. Those of you that are listening, make sure that pencil and paper is ready because we're going to be giving you a quiz. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show on Miss Black Oklahoma Day here in Oklahoma City. Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing fine this morning, and a happy good morning to the people throughout the state of Oklahoma. This has been a great week for us. We told you that the 32nd annual Miss Black Oklahoma would be one of the greatest in history, and it has been. We've been very fortunate enough to have some of the great speakers. You have never seen the educational, spiritual experience that we have had. Kicking off last week with Marilyn Fieldrick, with Sterling Mitchell. I could go on down the line. But the main thing I want to tell you that they are all here. They have come in from all parts of the United States. From Virginia, Texas, Louisiana, and last night when Dr. Mark Wilson and his group arrived, and among them was one of the outstanding football players from Louisiana, the Saints. Oh, what a day. I hope I'm right. But anyway, you will remember Matthews because he played with Dallas Cowboys last year and was bought by the people in Louisiana. And there was a big autographing party. What's going on now? They are having the annual gridiron breakfast, and they are all here. The lovely Miss Black Oklahoma has arrived, and here she is beautiful. Oh, she is so beautiful. Calvin, I could tell you all about it. I talked to you about it a week. Mr. Russell Perry spoke here, warmed the hearts of all our people. The chief of police was here. Oh, I could go on and on, but let me tell you about tonight. Tonight at exactly 7:30, Oklahoma will see the finalists in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. And when I say finalists, I mean it. These young ladies have worked hard. Some people have come in here and they say that this year, one city will take it, but the parents are here. This hotel is crowded to its fullest capacity. Even night arrived. And last night, I can't tell you what happened last night. All I can tell you is to be down here today, and you will see exactly what has happened. Mrs. Steele is here, Mrs. Walker, Mrs. Matthews, the whole team is here. It's a young man here that I would like to speak to, and this young man has been very active. This is the first time he's spent the entire week at the pageant, and I know he has something to tell you. His reaction of the young ladies. I don't know whether he will have a prediction or not as to who will win the pageant, but I know you're supposed to be here. You can come down today and pick up your support buttons. We have T-shirts down here. We have buttons. We have T-shirts. Everybody's here. And here he is all the way from Clinton, Oklahoma.
Hello, my name is Larry Hayes, and I'm from Clinton, Oklahoma, and I would just like to have everyone come out and support these contestants. They're beautiful young ladies from all over the state of Oklahoma, coming out in their beautiful gowns and with their talent and many things to present to you on Saturday evening, tonight. We wish that you would come out and join us.
J.R.
Yes.
J.R. Now, what does the J stand for? You come in with the Larry, but J.R. Hayes, this is a talented, multi-talented young man. Been a joy working with you, J.R. I want to say that publicly and live and in living color here on the KTLV, the Clara Luper Radio Show. But what has been your impression this week of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageantry?
It's a very wonderful pageant, and it gives the young ladies an opportunity. It gives everyone an opportunity here that doesn't have a chance to go in to do things like this. Give them a chance to shine and look beautiful and just present themselves.
Way to go. Well, JR, would you like to make a prediction on this evening's pageant?
Yes, my prediction would be, wait, one second, please.
1 second. Time's up.
Okay,
Time's up.
I think it would be Miss Black OSU.
Miss Black OSU. Now, you heard it, JR. Now, JR, will you be escorting Miss Black OSU?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Here's Mrs. Luper.
All righty.
Yes, here I am, standing here with some of the most beautiful young ladies in America. What will the future hold? I am not afraid for the future, but I am afraid for those of you that have not exposed your young people to one of the best educational experience. Standing before me is Miss Black OSU, who's all excited and who believes that she's going to take that banner back to Stillwater.
Good morning, everybody. This is John Jeter, Miss Black, Oklahoma State University. I just invite you guys all down today to Bricktown Central Plaza for a great night of competition and talent from the most talented ladies in the state of Oklahoma.
Miss OSU. Miss OSU must be the first one in line. And you know how diplomatic JR was. If she was that close to him while he was talking, of course he's going to say that's who the winner would be. JR, that's a diplomatic young man. Kids have a great time, and the staff, all of us have a great time during the gridiron breakfast because of the fact that, you see different things, and it's fun to watch someone imitate you or to even tease you. But it's all done with love and with respect. And I tell you, one of the most emotional moments of the entire pageant is when the time comes to close out the gridiron breakfast, because we know then that it's pageant time. There's no more practice. This is the real day. This is the real thing going on. And Miss Black Ardmore is here. Miss Black Bowley, as I mentioned. Miss Black Carter County. Miss Black Duncan. Miss Black Guthrie, you talk with her. Miss Black Langston University. Miss Black Muskogee. Miss Black Oklahoma City. Miss Black Oklahoma City University. We talk with Miss Black Oklahoma State University. We are going to, I thought we would hear from Miss Black Putnam City. Miss Black Rose State College is in the house. Miss Black Tulsa. Miss Black UCO. These are some of the young ladies that are there. Not talking about the pages, and I'm not going to call all their names because I want you to come out. But I know that there are some pages that you know as our ace reporter here on the Clara Luper Radio Show, and that's Coco Thomas. Coco is in her glory down there. She has the dances down. She has the modeling, I guess, down. She has the other part of the competition and the show that will be shown tonight. She has that down. I can say that about Coco because she is ready. And there are several pages that stand out. Miss Stevenson, Miss Roth, Miss, I'm forgetting like them. the Miss, as they say at the pageant. Don't say but Calvin, there came a time when you did say because one thing about it, the pages are there, and we know that you will enjoy the special show, the special presentation that they will perform during the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Tonight at 7:30 p.m. at the Bricktown Central. Good things happen when you listen to the Clara Luper Radio Show, and whatever you do tonight, if you're not there, you're going to be missing a motivational treat, inspiration that you need, something that's going to make you, I don't know, it's fired me up this week just to do things differently and to keep, to be more of a mentor to more of the young people here in Oklahoma, because they need it, they want it, and you know what? They're willing to accept it. Good morning. Thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show here at 9:25 on Miss Black Oklahoma Pageant Week. The last one. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Luper.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Anxious, excited.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm ready.
Is it a mission to...
Yes, ma'am. Of course there is.
How much you have to pay to get in?
Well, the tickets are available there at the Bricktown Central Plaza. I suggest to you that you get your ticket earlier in the day because
How much are they?
Well, they run from the tickets are priced. It's only about $20, I think. But then what that does is, well, you see, just come down and be a part of it. Where are you from?
Who are the parents of the young lady from Clinton?
From
What's
Clinton?
the name of the parents of the young lady?
Well, see, if I call one, you must know that I don't have my complete list out here this morning. Did you? Are you back in this blue room with me, girl? I don't know. I don't have my complete list of all the parents' names. But you know what?
I just want to see if I were acquainted with it because I'm from Clinton.
Well, now, you couldn't know everybody in Clinton.
I was acquainted with Raymond Redwine. I saw him before he was born.
Well, he's been part of the pageantry this week. He's been down here in Oklahoma City. And we invited you and all the public to come out to the All-State reception that was held that Wednesday. So you missed it that Wednesday. Didn't cost nothing. Free cake, free ice cream, all that. But tonight at 7:30 p.m., the pageant starts. The pageant will start promptly. The participants will be ready. The contestants will be ready. We just hope the audience is ready. We're doing our best to make it comfortable for you so that everybody has, as they say, a ringside seat. We're doing our best. The contestants are doing their best to present to you their very best in modeling in both the swimwear and the evening wear. Their very best.
From Miss OU? You have one from Miss OU?
No, I don't believe. You know, we told you on the radio show about Miss OU. Who is this I'm talking to?
This is Miss Smith. My daughters all went to school with you in Maryland.
Well, your daughters were, I don't remember your daughters. But when I was last in school and not this year, that was, we weren't even in the pageant wasn't, I wish that your daughters in Maryland and even myself would have had an opportunity back in the 60s to be a part of a program like the Miss Black pageant.
What my granddaughter did was LaMonica Kuykendall, who is in Atlanta, Georgia now, doing wonderful.
Well, was she a part of the pageant?
Yes.
Well, that just proves my point. That makes it all the more important for you to show up tonight instead of worrying about how much it costs. That's like going to Vance Motors. Wait a minute. That's like going to Vance Motors, telling Rodale Hornbeek, I got $10 in my pocket, but I want that beautiful Cadillac over there. Hey, they don't play like that. If you don't have the money, stay at home.
I'll go get it, you see.
Well, go get it, and I'll see you. I'll see you tonight.
I need to go ask for it. Well, then I know what to go get.
Well, get the price of the ticket, and more importantly, here's another thing you can do.
God bless you. I love you. You have a beautiful day now.
Yeah, okay, well, God bless you, too, and may you continue to share your blessings with all of us. But while you're asking for the 20, ask for enough to give a scholarship.
For 100, then.
Okay, that's good. And that way you can come down tonight and you can make a presentation.
God bless you. You're done. Keep up the good work in your mom.
Okay, thank you. But see that you can go and ask wherever you're going to get the 100 from, buy a ticket, come up and present a scholarship to one of the contestants. It wouldn't hurt. That other $80 you might need, with gas being what it is now, you don't need much gas. So you could donate $76 to a scholarship for, say, the first runner-up of Miss Black Oklahoma, or say for Miss Black Oklahoma. This is a pageant that is to inspire and to motivate. This is a pageant where, as the young lady said, where her granddaughter's in it, but she was motivated enough along. Now, we don't claim to do it all at the pageant. The family is important. The church is important. The school is important. But what we try to do during the pageant is to light that fire underneath the young ladies and the young men, to motivate them to want to go to greater heights. That's why there were speakers there. That's why I went on Saturday, last Saturday when we left the radio show, we had the welcoming reception where Nancy Moore and Attorney John E. Green. Now, Attorney Green is a retired Assistant Attorney General of the United States of America here in this district. Took the time out of his Saturday morning to come down to speak to these young ladies, to motivate them, to inspire them, to challenge them, because he too realizes that there's a role that has to be played, and in order to play that role in America, in Oklahoma, you have to be prepared. Attorney Green just told of some of his experiences, told of some of the problems that he had faced. And this was done in a way where the young ladies, they had never before, and probably thousands of you haven't either, to meet someone who's been in a federal courtroom, who's argued before the Supreme Court of the United States. And it made quite an impression on these young ladies. Then later on that evening, after the assignment of the rooms and the orientation last Saturday, there was the Clara Luper's welcoming dinner, where the guest speaker, who was my dear sister, is my dear sister. She still is my sister, but she was the guest speaker, and that was Merlin Hildred. Merlin is dynamic. She's energetic, but more importantly than that, she gave them a message outlining steps to success. And it was fantastic. The young ladies seemed to enjoy it. I know that they were motivated by it because they kept asking Merlin. Merlin's been there all week. They've had an opportunity to continue to interact with her, to see what else she does besides talk that talk. They've been able to watch her walk that walk. Now on Sunday, and this was a Sunday to be remembered because our own, not only KTOK's own, but the Spencer Dungy area's own, Oklahoma City's own, Reverend Sterling Mitchell and his wife were there. Now, Sterling will probably tell you tomorrow or whenever he's on there again about the time that he had there. But one thing that he left those young ladies with was a desire to be somebody, a desire to make sure that they kept Christ not just along beside them, but in their heart. Sterling gave a motivating speech. But thank goodness for Rolfe Funeral Home, for Temple Funeral Home, for Pilot Funeral Home, because at 10:35 they were there in front of the hotel. Thank goodness for the Vance Motors, where Rodale Hornbeek was in charge of the transportation for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, was there with two beautiful long vans where the contestants got in the limos, the pages and the escorts got in the van, and we went to True Vine Baptist Church. And I tell you, that reception, the minister, Reverend Wilson, came out of the church when we were pulling up, met the young people and the staff, and everywhere we go, remember the staff goes, Reverend Wilson said, you all are really welcome to our church. He didn't wait there in the pulpit, but he came out, met us, and then went back in, and the youth, the staff, we all went in there, and we had a rousing time. I mean, a great time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I see why Nancy Davis and Ladia Jackson, why all of the members of the True Vine Baptist Church brag on their church and are willing to do so much in their church, because you can see the results of that hard work there in the structure, but we could feel it in their hearts and to the nice reception that we got there at the True Vine Baptist Church as the Miss Black Oklahoma Pageantry Committee, the Miss Black Oklahoma staff, all of us were there. And I tell you, True Vine laid it out for us, a message to be remembered. Reverend Wilson, thank you so very much. The young ladies, the contestants and the pages, they all adored it. You know, after church, as always, you know, when you leave church, you're so fired up, you want to, man, I'm hungry. No, I'm not hungry. You want to relive the message. My goodness, I got to do this better. I got to do that better. I got to make sure that I treat my neighbors I want to be treated, but I got to keep my integrity. This was what Reverend Wilson was saying to us. And we went back to the hotel, where after a few minutes, kind of adjusting back to leaving the rousing dynamic services, we had a dinner. And that dinner was one of the former Miss Black Oklahomas was the guest speaker, a young lady that if you haven't met her, you should meet her. Her name is Attorney Sarita Red, and Sarita is the owner, listen to me now, a black woman who is the owner of her own personnel business. She's located there on Northeast 23rd Street, and she came in there not only with the title, having had the title of Miss Black Oklahoma, but showing and telling these young ladies how that title had helped motivate her, had opened doors for her that otherwise might not have been open. Just something there to inspire them and to keep them going on. But we're getting closer and closer to the time running down of the actual pageant. But I've told you and I've taken you through Sunday, and I promise you that I'll tell you a lot more about what's going on the rest of the week. Now, I'm not going to give you a detailed description of what happened with each address, with each dinner, but I will tell you that the dinner was catered by none other than Miss Merlin. We've had some fantastic meals, some delicious breakfasts, and Calvin Whitaker, Mrs. Stale, Mrs. Oliver, Louise, all of Merlin's help has been there, and they have seen some down-home cooking each and every day. A lot of the contestants say, "Dog, this is almost as good as Mom's cooking," and that's what you look for at a time like that. But this part of the program is being brought to you by none other than Gates Barbershop. Mr. Robert Gates is there. He's at work. He's working now, but he's located at 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue, where he has a sign in there. There's no brag. It's a fact. We make people beautiful. Mr. Gates had an opportunity during the tour that the young ladies took I think that was Tuesday or Wednesday. The tour that they took to see and greet these young ladies, the contestants, and the pages and the escorts. So we'll hear his reaction. But more importantly than that, if you need a haircut or if you think you need a haircut, Mr. Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King. An avid supporter, a young man, a young deacon that is doing a lot for this community. Not just talking that talk, walking that walk and cutting that hair just right. Where, as he says, as they say, as the people say as they come out of there, we feel beautiful because we've left Gates Barbershop. He does a good job. Tell you to go by there. So sit back, will you? Relax, will you? Remember the names of the contestants that we've told you earlier, because I'm going to take a little straw poll here. The first couple callers may just win a ticket or so. But we'll decide after this dynamic record, because we're glad that this is Miss Black Oklahoma Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Central Plaza Inn. You're welcome. You know you will be welcome. You're going to have a great time. It's worth more than money. And you've come out of there fired up and ready to do something to help make our city, make our state, and make our entire community a much better place to live in. I know you're going to enjoy this, so keep getting ready for tonight. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Had to run and look at the mirror, make sure I didn't have no lint in my hair or something, you know. Felt like one of those callers was in the room here with me, and I'm sharp as a tack. I got my Miss Black Oklahoma staff shirt on, pants pressed, shoes shine, and I said, something must be wrong. Somebody called. I want to hear some positive things about what you think about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Over the years, you've met some of the contestants. You've met a lot of the staff. You know a lot of the staff. You've seen the pages, and you've heard from the escorts. But we want the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant definitely has made an impact here in Oklahoma and across this nation. And I'm going to tell you more about the activities that happened, that have happened, that are leading up, that have served to keep us all fired up and ready to participate in tonight's activities. Now on Sunday that I finished telling you, after the luncheon there, we went out to Clara Luper's Lake, where the young people had a picnic-like atmosphere, just a more fun time of getting acquainted, more practice time, letting them know what was to be expected of them. I guess you could call that orientation, but then actually I believe it was just participation, because there's some records out now that the kids knew that we all practice on, and some of them could dance to. But the highlight of it, of course, was some more delicious refreshments. I forgot what Mom served. I know one year she served a pig, I think this was from Leo's Barbecue. Apple in the mouth, scared the poor contestants to death, and the pages, they didn't want to eat it. So there wasn't no pig served at this year's pageant, but there were some delicious sandwiches, the hamburgers, that's what it was, hamburgers and French fries. And they loved it all, didn't leave a lot of trash in the yard or nothing, but took care of business. Still a little nervous. You must realize that this is just their about 24 hours after meeting each other and re-meeting each other. And so you're still kind of a little tight on the friendship thing. They hadn't quite developed into the friends as they have now this morning. But on Monday, after waking up from leaving the Clara Luper's Lake, and after practice late Sunday night, the contestants went to breakfast. Of course, you go to breakfast in the morning, but there they had a guest speaker. It says here Mr. Robert Rush, but he was unable to be there when his co-workers came. But Mrs. Leola Ford, who was the page coordinator, one of the page coordinators, was there, and she emceed that breakfast, the decorating the room, and etc., and it was all going on there. But after the breakfast, the cosmetic and makeup workshop was held, where Mrs. David Lee Hall was the coordinator. She was working with Mrs. Lotta Milk, where they took the contestants and the older pages into a special room there and talked to them about the correct ways of applying makeup, of cleansing their skin, and just little makeup type tips that these professional beauticians, these professional makeup artists had for them. The young people loved it. The older pages, I think they're still practicing now, but you'll see the results of some of that work tonight at the pageant, especially before at the pageant luncheon. I think they'll still be making themselves up, but by the pageant time, who knows, they may have some people coming in special to make their faces up for you, make up their stage faces, I like to call it. But one of the highlights of this week's activity and one of the surprises was Mr. Russell Perry, who is the owner, mind you, of 6 radio stations, state official, Oklahoma Cityan, and we all know him as a publisher too. But Russell took the time out of his extremely busy schedule, came down to the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, delivered a motivating, truthful, and honest and soul-searching speech to the contestants, where he challenged them not to just sit there and say that they can do it if they want to do it, but to get out and to prepare themselves to do it. That if you want to do something in life, you got to, one, set a goal, two, you got to work very hard to